Have you ever felt like you're living your life, but not fully as yourself? Like you're doing what's expected, what's acceptable, what makes others feel comfortable, but somewhere along the way you lost touch with who you really are? If you ever felt tired of pretending, tired of shrinking, or tired of editing yourself to belong, this episode is for you. Welcome back to my podcast. My name is Justina, and today's episode is about something many people long for but don't always feel safe enough to fully live, and that's being your authentic self. Living authentically isn't about being loud or fearless. It's not about having everything figured out, and it's not about rejecting who you were. It's about coming home to who you are, wherever you are right now. Take a slow breath in and gently let it go. And let's begin. Authenticity means living in alignment with your values, your feelings, and your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. It's choosing honesty over approval, presence over performance, integrity over fitting in. Living authentically doesn't mean you never adapt, it means you don't abandon yourself to belong. And most importantly, authenticity is not something you become, it's something you return to. Most of us didn't stop being authentic by choice, we learned to hide. So, as children, we adapt to survive, we soften ourselves to avoid rejection, we quiet our needs to keep the peace, we become who we think we should be, and we learn which parts of us are acceptable. So, over time, this creates distance between who we are and who we show the world. And eventually, you may feel disconnected, lost, anxious, empty, unsure of what we actually want. And remember, this isn't failure, it's self protection that stayed too long. So you may be living out of alignment if you feel drained after social interactions, you second guess your needs, you say yes when your body says no, you perform happiness, you fear being misunderstood, you feel like you're playing a role, or you feel disconnected from joy. Your body often shows before your mind does. That heaviness you feel, it's information, and that's not a weakness. So being authentic can feel scary because it comes with a risk. You might fear rejection, conflict, disappointing others, being judged, losing relationships, or standing alone. Here is a gentle truth. The relationships that require you to abandon yourself are not safe places to belong. Authenticity may change who stays, but it always deepens your relationships with yourself. And that's where peace begins. So, here are some steps how you can reconnect with your authentic self. And the first step is to start listening inward. So, ask yourself, what feels true for me right now? What do I want? Not what's expected. Where am I pretending? Authenticity begins with self-honesty. The second step is to notice where you shrink. So pay attention to moments where you hold back, stay silent, change your opinions, dim your emotions. These are places asking for your gentleness and courage. The third step is to practice small acts of truth. Authenticity doesn't require grand gestures. It starts with expressing a preference, setting a boundary, choosing rest, speaking kindly to yourself, or honoring your limits. Small choices build self-trust. And the fourth and last step is to allow yourself to evolve. You are allowed to change, outgrow people, outgrow beliefs, outgrow versions of yourself. Authenticity is not fixed, it's alive. So, when you live as your authentic self, your nervous system calms, your relationships become clearer, your boundaries strengthen, your confidence grows quietly, your energy returns, and your life feels lighter. You stop performing, you stop explaining, you stop chasing validation. You begin to live from truth, not fear. Living authentically is not about perfection, it's about alignment. It's choosing yourself gently, consistently, honestly. If you're in a season of rediscovering who you are, you should know this. You are not lost, you are remembering. And every time you choose truth over fear, you come a little closer to yourself. So, as per usual, I have journal questions for you. So I just want to write them down and answer them honestly whenever you can. And remember, these are just for yourself, so you don't have to share your answers with anyone. So the first question is, where in my life am I not fully being myself? What parts of me have I been hiding to belong? And the last question is, when do I feel most like me? So once again, I'm just reminding you that you don't have to share your answers with anyone. Just you can just keep them for yourself. And of course, I have some weekly action steps for you. And one of them is to choose one small decision that honors your truth. So I want you to set one boundary. So say no where you've been forcing a yes. So anything that makes you feel extremely uncomfortable and you kept agreeing and you kept saying yes, but you always wanted to say no, but you were too scared to set a boundary. I have affirmation for you, and I just want you to write it down and put it somewhere where you can see it every single day and where you can repeat it to yourself. And that's, I'm safe to be myself. So, as we come to the end of today's episode, I want you to remember this. You don't have to earn the right to be yourself, you don't have to explain your truth, and you don't have to become someone else to be worthy. Living authentically is not about losing others, it's about finding yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for choosing honesty, courage, and self respect. If this episode resonated with you, feel free to follow the podcast or share it with someone who might need it today. If you want, you can always come and say hi on my Instagram at positive.mindset.adventures. Until next time, take a deep breath, stand gently in your truth, and remember, you are allowed to be exactly who you are.